The 2019 Mets season is finally over, and in hindsight, it's looked at as nothing more than a roller coaster ride at Six Flags. This season started with a few bumps, few hills, and then eventually into an absolute free fall until basically the game after the All-Star break. One game after the All-Star break, Mets lose a miserable game down in Miami. Record drops to 40-51. The season was over. The bullpen was just awful, but then something happened. The ride started going up the hill, and eventually it turned into an absolutely magical season. After being at 40-51, the Mets end up finishing the season at 46-25, which is the fourth best record in all of baseball. Obviously, it ended up being too little too late, but this season ended up being one of the most exciting. Unfortunately, didn't end up where we wanted it to be, but what a memorable season it was. And you could look at this from a positive and negative standpoint. Pete Alonso hits 53 home runs, breaks the rookie record. He's the first Met to ever not only lead the National League in home runs, but the entire league. Jacob deGrom is in all likelihood going to win his second consecutive Cy Young Award. Jeff McNeil was flirting with a batting title. So many talented pieces, and yet it just didn't end up working out. Mets end up finishing the season 86-76, which ended up being the most games above 500 that they were all year, really proving that it was too little too late. I'll reflect on towards the end of that 15-16 streak. That comeback win against Sean Doolittle and Washington was unbelievable. Almost made the entire season worth it. Almost. Todd Frazier's home run that just sneaked around the foul pole to tie the game. One of the most memorable moments of my Mets fandom, for sure. And then Conforto walks it off, and then we start with the tearing off people's shirts and that whole fiasco. And then as high as that was, comes as low as the game is in Washington about a month later. 10-4 lead in the ninth inning. Paul Sewald can't get it done. Luis Avalon couldn't retire a batter, and then we all know what happens once Edwin Diaz came into the game. So that's kind of how the season was. It had unbelievable highs, unbelievable lows. The last game of the season was a total microcosm of the 2019 season. Starting pitching, Noah Syndergaard was okay, but not nearly as good as you needed it to be. And that's pretty much how all of the starters were this season, obviously except DeGrom. Ever since pretty much May, he was lights out. And we get a lead 4-3 into the ninth inning, looking to close it out. But of course, bullpen can't hold it down. Adeiny Hechavarria, former Met who makes no bones about that he did not like how his exit with the Mets went, hits a home run to tie the game in the ninth, blow the lead like usual, and then in the 11th, Walter Lockett comes in the game, and who else but Adeiny Hechavarria comes in, hits a moonshot to give them the lead. Next pitch, another home run, 6-4 lead, and that's about it. Game's over. But in the 2019 Mets fashion, never say die Mets. Luis Guillermo able to single, reach base. Wilson Ramos follows that up with a single, and Dom Smith, love him or hate him, got amazing spirit, comes up to the plate for his first at-bat since July 27th, which was basically once the Mets actually started playing well, and the second pitch he sees hits an absolute bomb to deep right center field to walk off the game and end the season on an incredible high note. That game was such a microcosm of this season, and in the end, I was cheering my heart out for it. Looking to next year, hopefully we can build off something, but can't even really think about next regular season until we think about this offseason. Brodie Van Wagenen needs a much better offseason this year if we really want to make some noise and take advantage of the incredible talent that we have.